Silence. 3, 2, 1. How you doing, Mr. John Molehill?
Oh, hey, buddy. How are you, Mr. Siege? Yeah.
Animated entertainment for the masses.
I love it. Yeah, this is amazing. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, I was getting ready to go do a church gig with my wife just to support her and be there for her. And all of a sudden, John Molehill came lumbering down the sidewalk, scaring everybody. And I said, holy shit, I scheduled a podcast with that motherfucker today, didn't I?
I almost ate your neighbor's dog.
Oh, Buglet?
Yeah.
You couldn't even fit that dog in one tortilla, man. That thing's a little...
I'd eat 2 tortillas. I could do it.
So, I just talked to your financial advisor, and he told me how your net girth was going.
Yeah, my net girth is probably through the roof.
Your portfolio.
My portfolio. Like, a lot of people don't realize the training I have to do like, fat humor.
But I've seen it.
Yeah, they think it's low-hanging fruit, but
everybody
it's not.
sees John Molehill, the big comedian.
Yeah.
But I see it in the dark when you're crying at the gym.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, dude. Plate of Twinkies and cookies, and obviously you got this. Like,
oh, these are authentic Greek cookies made by my beautiful wife, Ioana.
Very nice. It's a very nice presentation.
Yeah, with a little cinnamon stick on
boy.
On the top of it. Little does she know that you're just gonna bend over once, and it's. Why am I making fun? I'm gonna
snort it.
So, as a comedian, is one of your things like capitalizing on how people react to you? That's a question I've always wanted to ask you because I know you're comfortable, and I obviously don't care. But like, do you feel compelled to be that? Like, chucklehead, look at me, or does that ever factor into your comedy?
That's a deep question, Mr. Seach.
Well, one of my favorite jokes I saw, and then it's your turn to talk,
okay.
But one of my favorite jokes was the pantry joke where you said, my mom used to punish me by locking me in the pantry,
yes.
and she'd open it up and say, are you ready? And you'd go, no, Mom, I need a few more hours.
Yeah.
I loved that.
That came from a lot of childhood trauma.
What?
The thing is, I couldn't really fit in my pantry, so... I think that's part of the problem is, like, I was uncomfortable in there. It really was child abuse, and now I think it's past the statute of limitations.
Our parents' generation was really good at explaining away child abuse by, put hair on your chest, and...
Yeah.
But again, they were raised by Great Depression era motherfuckers. Like, if you were to sit somebody, like their parents, down in front of a modern millennial... it would be like there was a foreign species of human talking to them. Like if you took some influencer nowadays and put them next to Grandma Gertie from like Dust Bowl fucking Oklahoma, the 90,000-year-old Gertie would eat them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They survived the Great Depression. These generations are surviving the Great Anxiety,
Funny. But I expect no less since it's your profession. But I would say they survived the Great Depression. And the new social media generation is the Great Depression. Like,
okay.
I watch them, and they're like, I'm in Cyprus, and I have a jet ski, and look at my, like, $100 bill surrounded by a bunch of ones life. Woo, woo.
I'm 31, and I'm still not a millionaire. It's supposed to be by 30.
I don't know why I set up 4 accounts on social media. It's like what I'm doing. I think my last video had 8 views, but it's like, I don't care, because, like...
Yeah, we wallow in the failure.
You always... So, Mr. Findlay here, Molehill... was the drummer / bass player / awesome guy in one of my first original projects, and he always would start shows by saying, "Circling Birds, the best band nobody's ever heard of."
That's true, and now I'm the greatest comedian no one's ever heard of.
I would agree with that statement too.
Either one of my names.
So why don't you, just for giggles, tell the audience like our backstory, like how do I know you? I'm gonna check on something real quick.
I believe we were both serving summer school at St. Martha's, and...
That is absolutely in no way.
And it was like, you didn't deserve to get in trouble that much. They just didn't realize that you were doped up. He had an addiction to NyQuil. But, like, the nuns were...
It was Z-Quil.
Oh, you're right at that time. The nuns were ruthless.
Aren't they all?
They made us clean the toilet seats while they were sitting on them.
Yeah.
That's the part I never got.
And then when we would flush, they would cackle and then just go down the drain, and then like they wouldn't appear until the next Sunday service.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
And who knows what goes on at the Vatican? I'm not going to speculate, but I think they come out in some porthole there after they go down the toilet.
And then they get just recycled through another organic shell and sent out to some poor fucking country church.
That's why they wear those robes and hats and stuff, is to hide their mechanicals.
Oh, mechanical demons.
Yeah,
Dude,
they-
the Vatican's really coming into the...
It's state of
tech
the
era.
art. Yeah. Well, they actually got most of the technology from the aliens originally.
So this is one of the reasons why I like John Molehill, is because I actually asked him to provide like accurate data, and now we're talking about flushing nuns down toilets.
In a loving, kind, and gentle way.
Yeah, oh, of course.
Yeah, only with their permission.
Okay, so we have segued very, very nicely into the concept of religion, and I don't want to focus too much on it, but because the premise of the podcast is how do human beings rediscover what it means to be human together post-AI future, when we can just like press a button and a gigantic robotic tractor harvests Kansas and nobody has a job to go to in the morning, and you know everybody is so identified with their job that the mass suicides are over and the only people that are left are the people that actually wake up and like themselves.
Dude, I was just talking to my mom about this today.
Nice. So this is the whole point of this podcast, is because I don't care about conspiracy theories or politics, because it's just the same old fucking show, and I'm bored of it, and I'm tired of it.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm tired of them all just being so superior and like expecting us all just to line up like T.S. Eliot's Wasteland and march off to their fucking future, right? So, religion post-AI. I'm a big sci-fi guy, and I've read numerous books on like what God looks like in the future when we're like colonizing multiple planets. I know you to be a Christian. Is that accurate?
I do believe in God. You're correct.
But a Christian God,
A
Jesus,
Christian
the
God,
Trinity.
not just your random run of the day gods.
Not-
Well, I've worshipped one of the well-known ones. Figure the odds are better that that's the real God.
Also, you're just rolling the dice.
No,
Oh,
just one, but it's one of those 32-sided ones.
a 32-sided Christ die.
So that's the hard part.
You know that the Christ died for your sins, don't you?
I do, and the 6-7 die is the one that will actually tell you if you're on the right path or not.
So what happens if you like roll 6 3 times on a Christ die?
What that means is 3 weeks with no nuns, and you have to say the Our Vatican 5 times.
Okay, so not the Hail Mary full of grace, but
No.
the Vatican one.
The Vatican prayer.
Okay. How do you, a serious moment, which is very difficult with you because you crack me the fuck
Go
up.
ahead.
How do you, as a Christian, who I admire for being very unapologetically Christian, like you know that's very rare nowadays, and you know I'm obviously not like a card carrying Christian, but I have a high respect for people who are, because I find them to be actually authentic people. Whereas, you know, the guy that makes the joke about how Christianity just stole shit from the Druids and all this shit, I'm like, you pretentious academic fuck, go to church.
Yep.
Like, try to find your own idea.
I'm glad to hear you say this, because now we don't have to kill you.
Oh, okay.
You know, you would have been part of the Crusades. You're off the list.
Is that why the Inquisitor emailed me the other day
Yes,
for my appointment?
we're all just trying to figure it out.
Well, to be fair, y'all did some really crazy shit. But, like, that was in the
Pretty
past.
cool.
Well, you know, you burnt half of the world.
Time heals all wounds.
Even the stigmata, right? So, but what I like about modern Christianity is kind of what I like about humanity, right? I was talking to Darborough yesterday, and I said, you know, humanity's kind of crossed the line where we kind of can get rid of our primate, reptilian, compete at all costs and kill the other monkey tribe because we need the fucking river water, and we can kind of make everything easily and quickly.
Yeah.
And everybody on Earth now could eat and have like a Ferrari. Like if literally we just like denied the concept of like capitalistic over competition, everybody could just be provided for. And if you wanted to be the guy that made the Ferrari, do it. But like you wouldn't be getting the money for it, or so. It would just be like, hey, I like to do this. How does your faith segue into that? Because, you know, any religion is sort of by default exclusionary. Even if you say, hey, we love you, if they don't believe, they're still sort of outside. So how do you, as a Christian, blend into an AI future where everybody's free to think and do what they want? Deep thoughts.
Um, well, some say freedom is an illusion. I don't know if I buy into that or not, but I feel like God wanted us all to have a Ferrari, whether you're building it or just enjoying the fruits of someone else's labor. And I don't mean that as in the Ferrari's a fetus. I mean in a figure, like
That is such a T-shirt. My Ferrari is a fetus.
yeah,
Okay.
that's passionate.
Yeah.
I love it. I don't know. Are you more of a Ferrari or a Lambo guy?
Neither. If I'm in a sports car thing, I like my dream car would be a convertible black Carmen Ghia. But I would also love like a gull wing Mercedes, the one where it came up like seagull wings. Yeah. I never really liked the sort of European F1 sports car thing, the Lambos.
Who wants to get in and out of that?
Right, but if I had to, I'd like a Ferrari because a Ferrari still feels like a car to me. A Lambo looks like a bobsled on crack or something.
I think it's ironic that you would get a Lamborghini so you can like act like you're above everyone else,
Right.
but you're actually much lower now.
Elevation,
Like-
Joe. I love you, John. It's always so nice to have a friend where you can actually say that, and there's that weird tense moment, like, motherfucker.
I love you more.
Oh. Okay, so the state of comedy, because religion's boring. I mean, at the end of the day, religion is let this guy believe what he believes, and as long as you're not blowing up a fucking village pantry, like, do your thing.
Yeah.
So comedy, tell me about the state of comedy, because from
Texas,
Texas?
Austin specifically, that would be the state to go to.
Okay.
New York's okay, and California, of course.
With the big hubs.
Yeah.
But like I see comedy being really the only art nowadays that's actually still being successful. That people can actually go out on the road and make a living, and there's a chance that they can still blow up. The Bill Burrs and the Sean Gillises and these are guys I don't particularly like, but I mean they're
it's
filling
very
halls.
lucrative. I'm projected to be in 4 figures next year at the projection.
Well, that's low or high.
Low. The divorce isn't finalized, so
Yeah, you still got to take that into consideration.
it could be decades before I really hit my goal weight, my goal net girth.
Your gold net girth of high 4-figure income.
Yeah, right now I'm just working on the ass part of my assets mostly.
I had a dream about you
Uh-oh, what happened?
because I care about you.
Thank you.
And I'm like, what advice? Because of course you don't want to give comedians advice. That's one thing I heard. Is like, don't tell a comedian a joke because they'll just look at you like, motherfucker, I do this for a living, right? But I think this might benefit your live show.
Okay.
Remember those old Niagara Falls barrels?
Yes.
Wear one.
Do they make them my size?
Dude, get off your ass. Make your own. You can make a barrel.
Oh, that's right.
You could be a Cooper.
Would it be like a barrel of laughs and I would pull a joke out?
But then also have it be your tip jar.
Ooh.
See what I'm saying? So people would feel like funny going up, going, oh, I'm throwing, and then like they forget that it's the 100, not the 10 or the 5, and then you look down at your junk and you're surrounded by
Dude, I
by
could make a
Benjamins.
fortune. I love that idea.
Yeah, a Niagara Falls barrel.
I could have like the little cork hole where I have to go potty.
Exactly.
Because you're going to have to pee
You
eventually.
need a bung hole too, right? So holes on each side.
I could put a slot in the back where they can put coins through.
Do one of those little mall things at the top around your neck where the coin like just goes. Yeah, make a whole animatronic out
I
of it.
love it, dude. That's great.
Okay, cool. So, but I mean, are you, because I know you to be passionate, and one of the great things about my friends, and particularly John Molehill, is that most of my friends, really do art for art's sake. And of course, we bitch about there being no money, and of course, we bitch about the hours and the parking and all this shit. But, I mean, are you enjoying it? Like being a comedian, are you enjoying the community? Are the audiences supportive?
I love comedy.
Jesus.
Audiences are very supportive.
If I'd known you were going to be funny, I wouldn't have had you on the podcast, comedian.
I love comedy. It's been great. Of course, it has its downsides, and you're always going to have haters. They say if you don't have people that don't like you, you're not really doing anything.
Yeah, it's
I
gotten a
don't
little.
know if that's true or not.
It's gotten a little extreme lately, though, right? Like, there's almost like a whole segment of the population that only gets off by like just hurting people in comment threads.
Yeah.
And that's the side that, like, because I mean, I'm able to tune that shit out, but like, I know there's a lot of people that can't.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have a little thick skin in our world, right?
I think you need a skin thicker than like a Tyrannosaurus Rex in the modern era.
That's what I'm saying.
Because before you'd have one asshole drunk guy outside the bar going, "You suck, motherfucker," and you could just punch him and walk.
Yeah.
You know, now it's just every day. It's kind of like a being on like Broadway and like looking at the critics on the newspaper.
Oh yeah, they can be ruthless.
So you would probably say a hard skin is probably one of the most important things for an up and coming comedian.
I mean, you're a comedian. We're supposed to make jokes and laugh about tragedy. So if you can't take somebody criticizing you, you probably shouldn't be in comedy.
Do comedians get off on, like, because, you know, there's the heckler stuff that everybody knows about, but like, do you actually like it if a crowd engages with you, even if it's negative, as opposed to just being up there and kind of doing your thing and getting the laughs? Like, do you like it when somebody's like, "Hey, fuck you"?
As a general rule, I don't like it when people interrupt the flow of the show. Now,
Is that a respect thing? Like,
yeah,
okay.
well, it's just, yeah, it's like people that talk during a good concert.
Or hold their phone
Are you
up.
there to listen to these masterful musicians or to hear yourself run your stupid, brainless thoughts for 2 hours? Because, you know, people are paying hard-earned money these days to go see a concert.
And they didn't pay to see you.
Exactly. That was
So I've learned that in
very
modern
inspiring.
fans, because I had just installed 3 in the house,
Right.
they just turn on because somebody opened a garage in the neighborhood or something. Like, it's really frustrating.
That's the trip. I
But
guess we needed better lighting.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I really appreciate that you're getting my side profile. It's easier to hide how fat you are from directly on, which I'm beyond the point of being able to hide it anymore.
Well, I think that's why the light turned on, is because they needed more shadow.
Yeah, there's too many shadows. Right now, I'm half his neighborhood's gone dark.
All right, man. So we could easily talk about just funny stuff, and maybe we should. Like, you know, I had this notion of this podcast being kind of like 80% serious and 20%, but then, of course, my second guest is a comedian who has always made me laugh. So what is the one thing in, like, current events right now, like news cycle, that you're just like, what the fuck? Like, what is the thing where, like, when you saw it, you were kind of like, God, man, like, humanity's really ugly, or, like, I just can't believe it? Because we're also just, like, numb to the wildest shit happening. Like, there's war in the Ukraine. And
I'm
like,
kind of sick of the whole cancel culture thing that some people say doesn't exist, but, like, I believe in, like, being decent to each other, and I understand you don't use certain terms, but it's like,
Isn't it funny how the people that scream about diversity are the first that say your differing opinion needs to be stopped?
yeah, you need to be more like us, conform or be destroyed.
And I get it. All Nazis should be punched, right? But, like, there's levels and tiers to these things. And if somebody says something about, like, a joke about a woman or a joke about somebody, like, it's like, settle down, Sparky.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, is it funny, or you just have a stick up your butt and can't laugh about it?
Or do you feel so inadequate that the only way you can feel important is by being that virtue signaling, like I am the self-proclaimed arbiter of what's acceptable because I have pants.
That's a great point. You know, you bring up Hillary Clinton, but
Oh, please, let's talk about Hillary.
she really was a part of that movement, you know. Just be kind, rewind. That's where it all started.
Was that a quote of hers?
She was a CEO of Blockbuster Video. She actually coined that phrase, and
Keep talking, dude, because I'm not going to fill the fucking air. That's the funniest fucking shit. It's like so calmly. Just, yeah, Hillary Clinton, the CEO of Blockbuster Entertainment.
a lot of people don't know she had a career in corporate
Well, she had to
America.
do something after she got kicked off the Nixon impeachment. Fucking God, what a piece of fucking shit that was.
We need a bigger learning curve for flat earthers.
See, now you're just going to your toolbox. I feel like you've said that joke before.
I
Come
never.
on, man.
No, that's the first time.
Keep it original for
What if
Ramshackle.
conspiracy theorists don't really exist? Are all these your guitars?
Yeah, that's a 6-string bass. That's old Sparky. Here, I'll show the crowd. Maybe they.
Are all these your guitars? It's a Pink Floyd
baby,
quote.
Isn't it impressive? So this is old scratch made by Johnny Ping.
That is beautiful. What's the placard say?
It says front towards enemy. It's an old Claymore mine.
Love it.
I got to a point as an entertainer where I was so disgusted by most of the audiences I was playing to that I actually put a Claymore mine so that the audience, while they're cheering me on,
Could blow up potentially.
like I could just be like, and poink.
Yeah, and we're all gone.
Yeah.
That's why I don't push Mr. Seach's buttons.
Well, I've calmed down a lot, Johnny boy.
That is true. I knew him back when he first got out of juvenile detention.
Rehab.
He was only like 6 years old. He's one of the youngest people in Indiana to be in detention.
I think Guinness still has me.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, we won't get into that because they don't matter.
My family liked to drink and fight.
Yeah. Not necessarily in that order.
So just because I think this is just going to be a fun podcast. Let's not get too deep. Just so people who don't know me can have just a bare idea of like why I am the way I am.
Uh-oh.
My father's side had a family reunion in San Antonio, Texas, and my uncle, who worked for Titleist Golf Company, was a big deal, and he like got us like a Hilton suite for the family and stuff.
Nice.
So my brother said, "Let's get drunk," and so me and my cousin Siddhartha, named after Buddha, right?
That's a great band name.
We all get like 15 cases of beer or something. It's the 80s. And we proceed to drink. And then my brother, after a few hours, says, "Let's fight." And I stood up, and in under 1 second, I knocked my cousin Siddhartha's front tooth out, and he's on the ground bleeding. So I jumped off the balcony and climbed 5 stories to the roof of the hotel. And after about 2 hours, I had figured out how to get through the upper door, and I fell asleep on somebody's food tray they'd put outside their hotel. And a bunch of Texas sheriffs found me and picked me up, and they took me back to the room that I was in. And my brother slammed the door open. Big Lark, rest in peace. He's in that jar right there in the form of ashes. And my brother opened it up, saw 3 sheriffs holding, like literally, because I'm passed out, holding me up. And my brother went, "What?"
What'd he do now?
And this Texas sheriff said, "Does this belong to you?" And they threw me in the hotel room. My brother was like, "Fuck off," and closed the door. Funny story? I don't know.
And he was only 6 years old. That's the thing. Like
12.
Oh, you're a little older then.
Yeah. But it's so weird. Like, you look at people nowadays that are so anxious and so traumatized and so...
Was your brother one that said called to fight?
Yes.
But then you attacked someone that was just innocently a bystander?
My brother and I stick together.
So when he says fight, you meant you guys
I'm hitting the first thing that ain't my brother.
Okay.
Yeah. But we're Irish, again.
No, that's true. So that's just one of the many examples of how he has chilled out a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't climb hotel balconies anymore.
He's a very peaceful person now, and he will only kill you or severely injure you.
On Tuesdays.
On Tuesdays, or I thought you said every other Thursday.
It depends.
Basically, he's the change.
I'm
the change. He's the change.
I'm the example.
Yes.
If more people could just, follow my progress.
He could be in prison right now. He's not. He's a successful, productive member of this machine.
Well, the funny thing is after all of that fuckery, like, John and I really are good guys at our base, and it's hard for a lot of people to see because we don't suffer fools. But that's legit, man. Like, I could have been in prison for a lot of different reasons, and I woke up one day and I said, I like life too much, and like I don't like who I am, and I had been forced in my life to make a lot of decisions just for survival, and I think that's worse.
Yeah.
Like I think the people that justify being bad because life's hard are losers, and I was that loser for a while.
Yeah.
And I don't deserve anything, man. Like
it's a survival mechanism. You were taught and trained, whether conscious or not, to adapt.
And then it becomes who you are.
Yeah.
And so then it's like, okay, everybody I got to treat like a hard ass. Not just the guy who
And
deserves
it's
it.
hard to trust people because the people you wish you could have trusted weren't always there for you.
Well, and don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of people who use me or who are unkind to me. You know, they're nice to my face, and then you hear that they're fucking, you know, whatever.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A. My pleasure. Yeah, you don't mean it.
My grandmother, Marjorie,
Yeah.
had a wonderful saying, and she said, "Kill him with kindness." And I would watch her talking to just some vapid, horrible woman, you know, who's gossiping about somebody. And my grandmother would say, "Oh, that's so unfortunate, dear."
Aw.
And that was her way of saying, "You fucking twat. Like, why are you pissing in my ear? I don't give a shit. And the fact that you're talking to me about it shows that you're a despicable person."
Yeah.
But she would never say something like, "I just said."
If I was gonna film or like form a military militia, you would be one of the people in it. I would need like people to lead it.
Okay, so you're forming a militia? Is that what I heard?
If,
Oh, you said our militia. So am I being conscripted? Like against my will, like a privateer on the open ocean?
we don't force anybody in this. So we aren't jihad. This is you're allowed to join or not join.
Okay. And what's the consequences of not joining?
Then you're gonna probably be destroyed by the other militias. We're forming the top militia.
Oh, a top militia.
Yeah, we're not one of the bottom feeders. We use...
Why am I not surprised that you want to be top of the food chain? Ew!
Oh! Why wait for it to roll downhill?
funny because he's bigger than other people. All right,
am.
so what's our militia's ideology? Like, what's... He just gave me a look
Food,
that the camera never captures.
food, people, survival.
So we're in charge of the food. Mm-hmm. We're in charge of the people. And we decide who survives. Mm-hmm. Sign me fucking up, man.
And we can eat
I'm
some
so
of the
tired
people.
of needing to be polite.
That's what I'm saying. The world needs more rudeness. Kill them with kindness sounds good, but what we really need is just to kill them.
I'd agree.
Or kindly kill them.
Like seriously, I'd agree. I mean, I've always said that if I was like God Emperor of the universe, there'd be bodies stacked like fucking beef.
Oh, I'm so glad I don't have that power. Like,
yeah, right.
Because there'd just be people dropping over in cars, and their car would just slowly veer off into the guardrail.
Hypothetically,
if I were God,
how much % of the world do you think you would, you know? John,
80% gone.
No, you know what I'm saying. How you know? Like, what would you know?
A lot. It'd be a lot. I'd want to see how much of the Grand Canyon you could fill up with bodies. Like, could you bridge it from one side to the other? If you picked one of the areas that was closer.
If you had a lot of diesel, I think you could accomplish that task.
This could be a massive barbecue.
No, I'm talking just for the trucks. Like, you got to get the trucks out there.
Well, I'm God now, so I can just make them appear there.
That's true.
They would disappear out of their car on 465 and just reappear on the bottom of the stack.
It's funny
bodies.
because you and I never would really support any type of mass extinction for our shit.
Of course not.
God, like who would think that?
Kidding? No,
Woo! You know who thinks that? The kind fucking people that say they're woke. You know, they're all so nice. You know, and they're also special, don't you know? Because they can make a fucking painting by like. I saw a fucking TikTok video where. I need a moment because I get flabbergasted.
All right, do it.
I get stunned sometimes. Right. They picked up a stick.
Yeah.
They went outside and got a stick.
Okay.
Came back inside, and they dipped the stick in paint, and then they stuck the stick to a canvas, and then they pulled the stick off the canvas and painted some fucking berries or something on it.
Called it art.
And they were like, "I made it." Branch. It was a stick, now it's a branch, and it's got personality.
I'm gonna try that with toilet paper.
But there were like 10 million views, man.
They're making money off of it. That's the whole thing. You've spent your whole life coming up with these masterful guitar licks.
Well, thank you.
That most people can't even think about, let alone play. And then you get 3 views. Like, if you want to see the soul of an artist crushed, have some jackass that touches a stick to a Kansas.
To Kansas.
Yeah, that's flat.
That's going to be my next painting.
Land.
I'm going to get a map of Kansas and do the same thing.
You knew what I meant.
I know.
I meant campus.
So is it talk again about what a great guitar player? Oh no, you were saying.
I'm just saying, like, you're masterful. Those guitars over there on the wall scream to be played. They're like, abuse me more, master.
Old Scratch has been around.
And there's a claymore on your guitar, but really the true explosiveness is on that fret board. Or a canvas. Or Kansas.
Or conversation.
Or campus. Or conversation.
One of the things about artists that frustrate me, and when I say artists, I mean like, you know, people who have dedicated the majority of their, not just life, but the majority of their thought process and the majority of their spirituality to the concept of something like that, is that they've sort of abdicated the ability to call out fuckery and posers, and they've kind of abdicated their right to
Siri, what's advocate?
not advocate, abdicate.
Oh, abdicate. Go ahead.
And I'm not talking about the guy that's like, well, you did not paint, Caravaggio. You don't have the talent of
You can't use any stick, moron. You got me the stick that speaks to the Kansas.
I do not feel like this stick is a real stick.
Yeah. You call those berries, I call those butt berries.
Yes. I saw a funny joke from that one comedian, I forget his name, but he was talking about boysenberries, and he was like, literally, there's two type of berries. There's berries you can eat, and there's poison berries, and you decided to call these berries boysenberries. You know how many deaths are responsible?
That sounds like it'd be fun to eat.
Yeah, how close to poison berry is
How many
boysenberry?
pedophiles fell for that trap?
Shit. But I mean, I think, and this is actually a serious question. Like, do you think that there's like any obligation on people to kind of call out that bullshit? Because like artists are so nice, and we're like, do you like when I see dude with an acoustic guitar on the stage singing about his girlfriend or a train?
Yeah.
I mean, I want to throw up, but I'm like, good for you, man. Like, I mean, if that's you, and I'm the first one clapping, and I'm like, fucking look at him go. Like, look at little Bobby go, right? But like on the other hand, like he's also the guy that comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, Siege, so what'd you think?" And I have to go like,
I can't lie to you.
And I
Do
don't.
I not respond? Do I break your soul?
And so I say the same thing. I'm like, if that's what you have to say to the universe, God bless you.
Yeah.
But it was horrifying.
Yeah.
Like learn another chord.
Not only
man.
was the music crap, your message was crap.
Yeah.
Your stage presence was crap.
Yeah.
The way you came off stage and begged for any kind of attention was crap.
And I get it, like if it's their first foray into an open mic, but like there's people that I know that have done that same act for like a decade.
Because some people told them that was good.
Yeah.
Then they went home and believed it.
You know what's horrible is I just said that we should like advocate for artists to be more critical. And I already feel bad. I already feel like I'm sounding like some asshole.
Well, that's all subjective. But I hear what you're saying. Honestly, I don't care. If somebody wants to poop in a jar and gets 10 million views and calls it art, good for them for fooling 10 million people.
And you don't in any way feel cheated? That somebody... Because it's like shock. It's like
I
shock
don't,
art.
because there's artists... There's people creating work right now that are masterpieces that will never be heard, never be seen, never be enjoyed by anyone but the person creating that work of art. Whereas we say something's only valuable if the masses see it and validate it.
Yeah.
Well, that's not real true art. Like, I can go out in the forest and see plenty of art just in nature. Like, especially if I was like an ayahuasca retreat or something, like
If a molehill falls in the forest, does it make a sound?
Is there a lot of moss?
Yeah, it's spongy.
Is it snowy or dry?
No, we're talking like late May. We're heading towards the race.
What you're mostly going to be hearing is him going, "Oh my God!"
So it does make a sound.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
mostly panic. How am I going to get back up? Am I able to walk again?
Yeah.
What bones did I injure?
With a little bit of contempt, kind of like, why?
Yeah. Yeah.
What
Was
I
it enough,
did-
God, to make me look this way? Now I got to suffer it too.
And then some YouTuber comes along and goes, "Oh my God, I finally found Bigfoot, but he's dead."
Yeah. He is real.
All right, cool. Let's go back to being funny because that whole artist thing, it's one of the hardest things, man, because like I want to be super nice guy. But when you realize that what you dedicate yourself to is surrounded by a bunch of tourists, and that's not an insult. Like again, do it. But
Yeah.
like if I'm sharing a stage with somebody, I gotta have my standards. Like I just have to, and that just again, it's such a dichotomy. Like we're all nice, but fuck you. Like fuck you. Okay, so
I mean, I'm sure there's comedians that don't think I deserve to share a stage with them, and they're probably right.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
All right, so what's the one joke that you remember that like really every time you hear it makes you laugh? Not to put you on the spot or anything, but I figured like
I mean, I didn't come up with this joke, but one of my favorite jokes.
well, who did?
It really wasn't credited to anyone specific.
So it's just like a global
I
joke.
believe it's like an Eskimo joke or something,
Okay.
but it's a baby seal walks into a club.
Oh, very nice.
But whether they had nightclubs in Alaska or Saskatchewan or wherever they are.
It's a little incongruous. You want Siri again? Incongruous.
What's in Siri? What's indigenous?
And why are they in igloos? So it's funny because like one of my favorites of all time is another walks into a. So it's the two guys walk into a bar, the third one ducks.
Yeah.
I love that joke. It's a perfect joke.
Yeah, two guys figured it out the wrong way. The third guy scored.
Right.
If you pay attention to those around you, you can save yourself a lot of suffering.
So we're going to take this moment of the podcast for you to just give us your dates, man. Like, where are you going? Where's your next big show? What are you excited about?
When will this air?
Probably tomorrow. Or no, I have to force myself to push content weekly, so probably next week. But give us this week, too. I'll hype it.
All right, well, January 3rd, I will be at the Mad Hatter Event Center with Hoss Ridgeway.
Okay. Hey, Hoss Ridgeway.
January 24th, I will be in Fishers at the Holland Park building. We're
Okay.
putting on a show to raise money for my mom.
Is that the one where everybody kind of sneakily goes to the back of the bathrooms in that park, or is that a different park?
That's a different park.
Okay,
But you guys are welcome to do that. Just don't associate yourself with the show.
Mm-hmm.
But that'll be Dave Dugan, Jeff Jenna, and Dave the King Wilson are all helping out for that. January
Those are
24th.
some national names, aren't they? Have I heard Dave Dugan?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're all great comedians, veterans. They've been all over Bob and Tom, WIBC. You can see them on Dry Bar Comedy. But, yeah, my friend Blake Champlin got a hold of them. And so January 24th, there'll be more information to come on that. January 3rd, next weekend. And then January 31st, my buddy Stephen Riley will be at the Wit Theater. I'll be there with him, of course. But he's taping his first comedy special, so I'm really happy for him.
I saw a banner or something about that. How funny is it that there's a comedy show at Wit Theater?
It is crazy. What are the chances? It actually is a comedy theater, I think. Like, they do improv and mostly comedy shows.
But it's a little more inventive than, like, Chuckles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I always thought Crackers Comedy Club was the best comedy name of all time. Just like cracking up, but it's like Crackers.
I think they got a lot of mixed feedback about that name. Some people took it in nefarious directions.
Oh, like white boy cracker sort of connotation, yeah.
Alexa, what's nefarious?
Alexa, why does everybody just randomly focus on race?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. We can't make fun of how we look. That's ridiculous.
Well, there's a lot to it. It's kind of like, making fun of like a rape or something. I mean, there's some things that are just so rough on the people who experienced it, right?
Yeah.
That, you got to be real delicate, in my opinion. But on the other hand, sometimes the best way to get over something that awful is to have somebody just plaff and be like, I get it, that's terrible, and all of that. It's the notion of gallows humor. Like, I mean, if I'm going off to the gallows, you're going to see a laughing motherfucker, man. Like, I mean, like, hey, what's up, man? I always fucking hated you, and oh, look at your wife. Wait, I'm glad you brought the pig to the hanging. Oh, good.
There's a lot of comedians like Bill Burr,
Yeah.
C.K. Lewis.
You're naming some of my favorites.
Like,
I always liked Regan.
they weren't afraid to push the envelope. Like, they would argue, no, the act of rape, of course, isn't funny. It's a horrible thing, but does that mean you can't use the word and make something funny about rape?
Yeah.
Of course you can. I raped an apple pie last night.
Yeah.
I didn't just want to eat it. I sexually assaulted it.
Yeah. Ha ha ha.
And
Right.
then I don't think that's funny. It's just an example of what could be funny.
I forget which comedian did it, but when they were talking about, I think it was Norm Macdonald.
Oh,
And
he's great.
somebody was talking about Bill Cosby, and they were like, the worst part is that everybody just sort of accepted it and all that. And Norm Macdonald was like, I'm pretty sure the worst part of it was the rape.
Yeah, he was a genius, man. He was one of my favorites too.
Yeah, he cracks me up.
And he'd make fun of me, my fatness. Like, people are like, "Oh, that's the low hanging fruit." And
Well, you got to be even more so than a musician, even like a punk or a metal musician. I believe, for what it's worth, that comedians have to be ruthless. Like, I mean, you have to be absolutely ruthless.
yeah,
And if you're going to be ruthless on drunk heckler guy that just popped up, you also got to be ruthless on Mother Teresa. Like, you can't sort of pick and choose, because then you're limiting the effect of the power that you have. And like, your profession goes back to the primordial campfire right next to the shaman, right?
Yeah.
You had the shaman and the prostitute. Well, when you just had half your leg chewed on by a saber-toothed tiger, you kind of want Chuckles to make light of it. It's like, oh, you're not going to be walking down to the crocodile pit anytime soon, are you?
I said break a leg, not feed a leg.
I said you need a spear, not a beer, you drunk asshole. Well, let's do some more like primitive man jokes. Go for it. We're gonna do like a whose line is it anyway? We're just gonna improv. Go. Primitive man joke. Go.
I take a stick and I touch it to Kansas and make tree look like berry.
Oh, who parked that Tyrannosaurus there? Get a Rexer. Okay, go.
Oh,
Because everybody does the little arm joke. I had to do something else for the Tyrannosaurus.
Ungar, what do you do for living? He break a rock. That crack me up.
Oh, Jesus Christ, John. now the physicality of it got me laughing.
That was a tag, yeah.
That joke.
It's all about the delivery.
Oh. You said Ungar? Okay.
Yeah.
So I can't use Ungar. Well, anyway, fuck all that. Can you imagine? I'm sure you can. I mean, everybody can imagine anything. But can you imagine? Like, I was talking to Darborough, and I said, I thought that we've crossed this point where we can get rid of that mind. And the only thing stopping us from doing it is like assholes. People that like, oh, I got here, and with Darborough, I said, they got all the beans. Like, they just hoarded all the beans, and now they're sitting on them. And the last thing, so they're really the only ones stopping, like you and me and Bubba down the street and Darlene, from just being able to wake up and kind of go, wow, life's really great. And I like this guy. Like, let's go to the park and talk about fucking aerodynamics. Or like, that freeing chain off of humanity where we not only just have to survive, but we have to like kill each other to get to the top. And I just really wish the people that are at the top now would have a clarity moment, where it's kind of like, fuck, I'm kind of a dick for like, having this big house in Miami and this super yacht, and I got all the beans, and I have to care enough about somebody in Ethiopia to actually say, how do we just provide Ethiopia with consistent, good, nutritious food? Because you can push a button on an Amazon factory and deliver everything to anybody in the whole universe.
Why don't we just build McDonald's there?
Because McDonald's is evil. They're part of the people that ain't changing the thing. Like, I mean, if McDonald's was serving like, fucking farm-fed chicken or whatever, like, yeah. But
Their chickens aren't from farms.
I think their chickens are from like dispensaries. I think they like 3D printers, right? Just bloop.
I joke around about that's why we see all these UFOs these days. Is they're
Why did
bringing
the
their
chicken
unwanted
cross the
chickens
road?
because it wanted to prove it wasn't chicken.
My favorite was always because it was stapled to the mailman's leg. I don't know why I like that joke, but
I like my version
what was it?
to prove it wasn't chicken
But how does crossing a road prove it's not chicken?
because there's cars and dangers, and most chickens would be afraid, but not this chicken.
Have you ever met a chicken? They're not scaredy cats, man.
Dude, I met it one time. I saw this chicken. His head was cut off,
Was it still
and he
moving?
was just running around like it is no big deal. And that's the thing. Like,
That's dedication
if
to
they
life.
can go about life with their head cut off,
Right?
you can't handle a stupid joke.
Yeah, these fucking ostriches
It's
sticking their head in the
ridiculous, yeah.
sand. You know how lucky you are to even fucking have a head?
Exactly.
How many chickens are running around? Mm-hmm. Fucking, but nobody wants to eat an ostrich, so it can just bloop.
I
It
don't
can
know,
just
I'm
sit there and,
kinda
and
curious.
take federal fucking money just with its head in the sand.
Do you know what an ostrich tastes like?
I know what ostrich egg tastes like, but don't tell anyone because I think it's illegal.
It's a cross between American eagle and a condor, California condor.
That's what an ostrich tastes like?
Yes.
Where'd you have ostrich?
I had ostrich in Austria, and I had California condor in California.
What? Did you
Mind
have
blown.
Kentucky Fried Chicken in Indianapolis? Wait, yeah, because it's a megacorp that doesn't give a fuck about its roots. Okay.
You have a lot of artwork around here. Would you say you're a connoisseur of art?
No, I will say that from the earliest moment where I decided, okay, don't be that, don't subscribe to that, like avoid that at all costs. I just realized I have our fan on, and that's probably going to be a background hum.
Well, good thing we noticed that 95% of our way into
Yeah,
the podcast.
95%. Well, you got places to go and things to see.
We haven't even gotten into some of the juicy stuff yet.
I'm just thinking that fan probably was on your mic the whole time.
Yeah.
But then I remembered your net girth.
Well, I blocked it. That's true.
And that's why I
we're
was
just
saying,
getting a little bit of the whip around wind.
dude, trust me, I was like the whole time talking.
You're like the godfather of my fat sweat.
If
You're
I'm ever in a
piles of fat sweat right now.
If I'm ever in a hurricane, I'm just saying, I'm holding on to your ankle.
Do it. If you're with me, you have my permission. I feel like the more of us that embrace each other, the more likely we are to survive it. Now,
What
the flooding we might be hosed on.
the flood?
Well, usually there's a hurricane, but then there's flooding.
What is your buoyancy level like? Because you can look at some big guys and go like they're dropping like a fucking stone, but you can also see some big guys and you're like they're like a fucking balloon.
I can swim. I can lay on my back and float on the water.
Nice.
So I think it'd be like that scene in Titanic. If you wanted to crawl up on my belly like Rose, and I would keep you out of the cold water, and you could talk to my head like still like that scene. I'd just be like, oh.
It would be like when I was a kid riding manatees.
Exactly. Yeah. You've done that.
Have you ever seen the thing about how like Rose is the most despicable villain ever in movie history? Mm-hmm. Because like literally she just bangs some random guy and cheats on her husband and takes like $1 trillion necklace and just throws it. But she the last thing she talks about in life isn't the family that she'd had for 50 years after the Titanic and her children. She's remembering this drunk ass,
Which is why I think
And
it's
she didn't
just
give the necklace-
coincidence that she resembles my ex-wife. Just coincidence.
Very few people would support that much bitterness, but I'm going to say go with it because I don't like her either. But you also got to support your bros, man. So what's it like being kind of post 40 and single after basically a lifetime of being a father and a husband and all that? Like I know it probably hurted, and I know all that shit, but I'm not your fucking therapist. So like what I'm more interested in is how is Johnny Boy feeling now, roaring into that unknown.
I'm at peace with it. I'm making things happen, and the system is not a very good system. It needs some over-vamping.
The legal system? This is the first I've heard of this.
Specifically family court in general. Yes, all it needs help, but there's a lot of issues. And, when one parent decides to jump ship, that shouldn't mean they get to keep the kids. And,
Well, if you jumped ship in the past, it used to mean you drowned
yeah.
or got eaten.
Or it'd be better if they were made to walk the plank over shark-infested waters. But I don't condone violence, and I wish nothing but the best for people's exes.
I certainly understand irreconcilable differences. I certainly understand that sometimes people wake up one day and go, I was confused.
I don't want to ride the manatee anymore.
I have to dedicate 3 seconds to burning the image of you out of my brain. And it's now gone.
That's quick disposal of that image.
But there has to be a way of unweaponizing a family that realizes it's no longer functional. And there is such an industry around weaponizing what typically it should just be kind of like a, thanks, and like there were a lot more good times than bad times, but I just gotta go. I just gotta go. Like, I'm not happy. And like, bam. And for that to work, there has to be no animosity or hatred, right? So like, there has to be just an agreement where you look at somebody and go, I got you. If you can't get a job, like if you need help with something, like I'm always somebody you can come to because we got kids and we had history together, and I got you.
Yeah. Can we be adults and take care of the kids?
But instead, and especially now with a lot of these overnight billionaires, that fall in love in Italy and come back with these horrible, manipulative, opportunistic, and I do want to have a whole episode on the modern female, but I don't want to do it until I have locked my opinions into it.
Is it episode or episode?
Did I say episode? Yeah.
No, I was curious because people say both ways. Siri.
Uninstall spell check because John is here now.
Dude, that is no lie. I used to be a horrible speller, but it turns out if you apply yourself and put time and effort into it, you can improve. So I had a...
Are you proud of yourself for spelling?
I really am, because I went to a school filled with nuns that threw erasers at you. And I feel like they didn't take the time to really develop my spelling.
Well, how terrible for you, John. That you had to go to school and dodge rubber erasers, where a lot of kids actually have to dodge gunfire. Like, I'm so sympathetic to you right now, man. Can't you feel it?
And some bullets are metal and some bullets are verbal.
In no way can I make that argument valid, motherfucker. Like, a 45 caliber slug coming at you is a lot worse than a verbal bullet.
Try blowing your brains out with words. It's not easy.
What, do you have to like...
Kansas!
You have to lob it up and like... Okay.
Episode.
Suicide! I can't take it anymore!
Oh.
Yeah, funny shit. But then you realize like people really do kill themselves because they're so sad.
Well, and we're by no means condoning that.
I'm a big, I'm an anarchist, right?
Yeah.
So like I certainly always default to personal property and personal liberty. It's my default for everything, for politics, for religion, for art, for anything. Like, as long as I know that like human individuality and expression and property are protected, I don't give a fuck what anybody does. Like, I don't want to know what you do in the bedroom. I don't want to know who you bend your knee to. I don't want to know who you voted for.
No.
And so I believe in suicide. Like, I mean, I truly believe,
well, that's good because it exists.
Right next to the shaman and the chucklehead.
I have a question. What if I have to create some fecal art?
Do you need to shit right now?
Yeah.
You want to pause it?
Yes.
Alrighty. 15 hours later. So, when I was considering a podcast, I never once for a second thought I was going to have to take a shit break, Johnny boy.
Are you comfortable?
Yeah. Oh, and Smudger Pooperkins has joined us because he likes John a lot. Come on, Smudge.
And we were worried about fan noise.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, my spirit animal.
So, do you feel that you're not going to be quite as funny now that you've dropped poop? Or does the poop not affect your comedy?
I got most of the crap out of me, not the good stuff.
All right. So, I wanted to... Again, literally, I never thought I'd have to take a shit break during a podcast. See,
I
I'm
never
learning.
have had to do that before. You're the first time.
Nice. Well, we got it out of the way.
Yeah.
I feel appropriate in comedy, but I have to say, like, you and I are nice guys. Like, yeah, we really don't wish ill on anybody. But, like, you get to a certain point where when you don't receive that in return, you just become a little hardened. And so when I joke about suicide or when we say it's okay to, like, make fun of somebody who's not, like, an artist or something like that, it's like, I hope people understand that, like, it kills us.
Yeah.
To, like, say that kind of stuff. And, like, but at the end of the day, you just kind of have to laugh. So I just wanted to say that because that's almost a curse. You know, like, you're such a nice guy for so long, and all you do is either get used or fucking kind of, like, belittled and
Yeah,
stuff,
it goes back to having some thick skin, and
yeah.
you gotta know who your friends are and who's just there to ride your coattails. And in entertainment, you're gonna get a little bit of both.
I wonder if Smudgy Pooperkin's anxiety chewing on the bone is gonna be a part of our podcast.
I love it, dude. It's how I sound in the morning when I'm trying to wake up.
So let me turn it over to you, man. What's something that you're interested in right now? Like, we talked about, I forget what the first time I opened it up to you, but is there something in the news that's like I was talking with Darbo about, like, Rob Reiner, right? Is there something else that, like, you just saw it and you're like, what in the holy shit is happening?
Well, a lot of people don't realize there's, like, there is jihad going on in our world. A lot of people in Africa right now that are Christians are being slaughtered.
Nigeria, yeah.
It's pretty messed up, and nobody really seems to care.
One of the craziest, like, I'm almost more pro-Christian than most Christians, and it's kind of like I'm pro-marriage. You know, it's like, if you really believe that shit and you decide to marry somebody, like, you got to be legit in that fight, right?
Yeah, I used to believe about it differently than I do now.
Well, it was just, they were just experimenting, you know? Why are you harshing their buzz?
Yeah, true.
So yeah, and the Coptic Christian population in, like, Northern Africa for decades have just been getting slaughtered, and it's amazing.
Thin blue line.
Yeah, it's amazing that, like, it's kind of like, white guys or fat people are, like, some of the only acceptable people that you can still kind of make fun of without somebody going, hey. And the Irish, because, if the Irish, if somebody tells an Irish joke, we're kind of like, ha, ha, ha. It's funny.
Yeah, I think that's true. Like,
but do they know?
You can't make fun of anybody these days without offending someone, except for fat people.
Yeah, or Christians.
But I think that's because they know we're too fat to march on Capitol Hill.
There's no million-man march for fat people. There's, like, one dude
million-man brunch.
One dude in, like, a Segway scooter. It's like, I made it.
Yeah.
And then he starts, like, eating the Washington Monument.
Yeah. I'm gonna Fat History Month should be November, when we're all sitting around eating turkey and getting fatter anyway.
So yeah, Thanksgiving turning into Fat History Month.
Yeah.
There was another comedian that said something like, why is there like a transgender month? It's like, the only thing you really do is, like, sleep with somebody. Like, the presidents only get one day. It's like George Washington Day.
Yeah.
But for some reason you get a month. Like, how greedy are you? How needy are you?
Share the days a little bit. It's ridiculous.
It's kind of like the rainbow flag. It's like, I used to like rainbows, but now I can't look at, like, a pretty rainbow without going, oh, wait a second, it's attached to some fucking ideology.
That's a symbol of our covenant with God. Crickets.
No, but I mean, it's cool, man, because again, there's religious disagreement and there's all this, but the average Christian community hasn't really killed somebody for centuries almost. Like, they're like, what about the Crusades, man? The Christians are so bad. It's like, well, your ancestors probably killed a whole bunch of people too, whatever. But, like, there are active belief systems that are actively killing people right now.
I mean, people kept attacking the Christians, and then they finally went on a rampage to end that.
Trump just started dropping bombs on Nigeria, right?
Yeah. So
Well,
you know what?
uh,
What it all boils down to, and I think what we're both trying to say is that a stick is just a stick unless you dip it in paint
and make it different.
and turn it into art.
We need a month to celebrate every different colored stick.
I agree.
And don't get me started on the canvases.
Birch.
We need a 4 by
Birch
12
History
day, 12 by 16 day, so all those canvases feel welcome.
Black Lotus Friday.
Yeah. I mean, we're Gen Xers, right? And like I remember like different people got along better because we kind of fucked with each other.
Yeah, we weren't afraid to make fun of each other.
Yeah. Wow.
Do you think if I sat on this table it would hold me?
No.
That makes for some cool podcasting. Be a good thumbnail.
This isn't a rock and roll show, man. We're not gonna like throw TVs out of a hotel window and like how fucking childish were like those people that we used to see as badasses. It's like looking back at like like Motley Crue and shit, and it's like all you were these spoiled drunk ass motherfuckers.
Yeah,
We were like, ugh.
Yeah.
I wish I could destroy a hotel. Wait, I did with my brother.
That's why I'm hoping to really make it big so I can just trash hotels. I want to go in a Golden Corral and just wreck their buffet.
You've already made it big, man. You're the biggest comedian I know. I mean, when you have a joke,
that's what I'm saying. It writes itself.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was curious about whether or not you kind of incorporated it, because it seems like a cheap fucking joke. It's kind of like John Candy. I watched a documentary on John Candy, and it was really kind of cool watching him because, like, especially in the 80s when everything was so body image focused and you had to be, the beautiful, whatever. And, like, people would, like, the media would always bring up his weight. And he would just, first off, his eyes got really serious. Like you could tell he was just like, these fucking assholes.
Yeah, it's all they see.
And then he would just brush it off.
Yeah.
And I really like that because then you move forward and everybody's kind of using their difference as a way of getting laughs. Like who was that really big comedian that died? Randy May or Ralphie?
Ralphie May.
He died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
he was awesome. He was hilarious.
He was funny, but like he would joke about his size, and it's kind of like that's almost like a overarching metaphor for all of America. It's like just let the big dude get up there and tell a joke about sausages or something.
Yeah.
Like
I'm not promoting bad health. I think people are afraid if you laugh about it and accept it that you're saying it's okay. No, I mean I accept I'm fat, but do I think this is how I'm going to live into my 80s? No.
You're a realist.
You have to take some accountability. I am actually trying to get healthier.
Nice.
But it isn't easy, man.
Yeah, well, let's get off all that because I don't want to be the guy interviewing John Candy. Yeah, because
John Candy's dead.
I know. I'd interview him still.
Okay.
How you been doing?
I love John Candy. He's great. Yeah. Ralphie May.
Boy, that would be a way to get my podcast some views, wouldn't it? To like put a fucking cadaver in the.
That's what I'm saying. You got to think outside the box.
Do you remember when Big Mountain wanted to send a box of our shit to the record label so they'd never forget our name?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, sometimes you got to do stuff like that to get seen.
Yeah, that sounds sad.
It really is. But
it's like
billions of us.
I've always thought, like, if you have to put on makeup in a band, like Slipknot or something, they're great musicians. I mean, it's not my thing, but, they're not bad.
But would Kiss have ever made it if they didn't put on makeup?
Well, I mean, you don't threaten me with a good time. I mean, I could have gone my whole life without hearing a Kiss song, right?
Oh, boy.
I mean, I think 80% of the world's problems would go away if Kiss had never existed, man.
Yeah.
Like, why do I even know Gene Simmons? Like, why is Gene Simmons on Houses of the Rich and Famous? Like, why do I got to see that guy, that asshole, every day on TV? Because
he is just a pompous ass.
He's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, he could care about anybody but himself.
Well, and they all were, and that's why I say it was like, these spoiled children of affluent America who could actually make money selling bullshit sugar pop to fucking. Darbro and I had to talk about that. It was like, glam rock was all just basically rock and roll for women. It wasn't scary like Black Sabbath or Zeppelin or, whatever.
I mean, they were all wearing women's pants and makeup.
Darborough said if they're utilizing the same makeup techniques as you they were non-threatening
You
men.
might be in a hairband.
Cherry pie.
If you snort coke all night and sleep with a mom and her daughter, you might be Twisted Sister.
It was just so, like, I almost, like, when I look back and cringe a little bit about my life's journey, one of those was, like, for a heartbeat liking one glam song. But I typically liked it because of the guitar solo or the beat or something.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's something very wrong with that because I could have chosen Chopin or Rachmaninoff.
I like some of the White Lion songs, and they were kind of cheesy.
When the children cry, let them know we tried. You self-serving fucker. What did that guy ever do to help?
Those are beautiful lyrics. He probably freed white lions. He probably went over to Africa and saved white Bengal tigers.
Jesus, that sounds like South Africa. The white guy goes over to Africa to save the white lions. It's very colonial.
Why is it called South Africa?
Because it's in the south of the country, John.
Oh, I never thought of it like that.
Yeah. Why is it called Johannesburg? Right? That's where it gets tricky.
Why isn't it called North Australia?
I mean, South Africa is as, like, sterile as you can get. It's like, how are we going to let these people know we're not here to co-opt their resources and their belief systems and relegate them to, like, a slave sphere of existence? We're going to call it South Africa.
It needs more Britain.
Yeah, but South Africa. Aren't you proud, African, that we've named it South Africa? It's like the British never renamed India.
Isn't that what Dave Matthews is South African?
Yeah, he's South African. So is Elon Musk.
So there's some things that have come out of South Africa.
Dave Matthews had 2 good albums, and the rest you can have it. Like, I mean,
what was your favorite album?
Under the Table. I mean, Under the Table, he was truly being absolutely iconoclastic on guitar. Like, I mean, he was doing stuff on an acoustic.
Alexa, what's iconoclastic? Sorry, word does not exist.
So, you know what an icon is?
Yeah.
An icon is like a symbol of a deity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Clastic means to, like, destroy or to break.
Okay.
So an iconoclast is somebody who takes an existing image of like, worship and destroys it.
That's horrible.
You're welcome.
Like the Romans.
By the way, you can always ask me, not Alexi, because I'm the one saying them.
I know, but that's for entertainment value.
Got to have motion.
I already know you're more intelligent than me. This is for show.
Peshaw.
He's actually dumbing this down so that you guys aren't bored.
Well, if that ain't entertainment,
I don't know what entertainment is. He got me the big guy seat. I could have had to sit in this 200-year-old chair made by his grandfather that's probably solid.
My great-grandfather actually made that chair.
Was his name Max?
No. It was Carpenter Bob.
Carpenter Bob.
And it was on the shingle outside his
Bob
shed.
Bob the Builder. And in all fairness, people weren't that fat back then. He didn't know this is the way society was going.
So here's a weird thing about us. When we were kids, people could both be entertainers and iconoclasts. Mm-hmm. Lenny Bruce, Jimi Hendrix.
It's not afraid.
You could still be somebody who challenged the existing order and be cool, but do it in a way that had mass appeal.
Yeah. Well, that's how comedy used to be. Used to challenge authority.
Yeah, Carlin, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. Now it just licks the boots of authority.
So that's my question. I mean, because I always saw comedy as, like, I would be watching reels of, like, Bill Burr or, these guys that are saying some pretty raunchy, pretty, controversial things, but it doesn't have that same punch. And I think it's because society really doesn't have those same reflexive reactions to something that's controversial. Sure, you have your keyboard warriors like, you can't say that about the, whatever sexuals or something. But, it's almost like all of these people that are so fragile, like, your time's over because, like, nobody cares. Nobody cares anymore. Like, we're so tired of just hearing how fucking different and unique and how deserving of special treatment you are that we're just going to go ahead and make fun of you for being that. Was there a time where like gay people were dragged behind horses and shit like that? You betcha. Like, was there a time where they had to fight for their rights and all that? Fucking A.
That was a different kind of drag.
Could you imagine a civil war between like gay people in the United States military? There's a book series for you, or a Netflix documentary.
I love it.
But they did. I mean, there were a lot of gay people who fought police, and there's like legends and stuff. But it's like, okay, we get it. But I would argue that probably 80 to 86% of people just don't care anymore. It's like, do it.
You're being desensitized, people. The constant streaming of 20-second mindless videos, overstimulation, it's nonstop. Get off your devices, go out in the woods, and kill some beavers.
Are we back on the militia? Are you doing the militia recruitment?
I'm trying to free them. They're being controlled by Siri. Right now, Siri's holding them hostage, and they don't even know it.
Be an iconoclast, people.
Yeah. Stand up. Be somebody.
Is there anything left to rebel against? Like, is there anything that if somebody said, okay, if we get rid of that, life will improve drastically? Because, like, even, like, if we changed government, I don't think it would have the same impact as, like, beheading a king during the French Revolution, right?
I think some people want to get rid of our Constitution. They think it's an old piece of scrap, and that, we'd be better if we were a police state and the government could keep us all safe. And we need cameras everywhere so they can see everything we do, and everything should be documented and recorded.
Isn't it so funny how all of these let me do what I want, laissez-faire, real progressive liberal people are the ones that advocate for more control? Like they say, you can't say that. You can't do that.
We've all come together and decided you can't be that way.
As a student of history, which, you said I'm an intelligent guy, and thank you. I kind of pride myself on it. Every major atrocity and every major shift to totalitarian control always starts with things like these peace-loving progressive people say should happen.
Yeah.
So, for instance, the first thing that happened in Nazi Germany was universal health care. Right?
Seemed like a good thing.
I'm not saying that people are Hitler. Okay. Second thing was you couldn't have private gun ownership.
Nope.
So, think what you will. I'm not saying these people are fucking like Nazis, but it's indicative of the hypocrisy of affluence. Our country is so safe and so wealthy, where even our poor people can afford a fucking pair of shoes and probably a home computer.
It's amazing how fascist the anti-fascists are.
It's like I said to Darborough last podcast. I said I wish all of these anti-gun leftists would stop shooting people.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh, it's weird, dude.
But I mean, you've talked to them. Oh, you all right, Johnny boy? 9191.
Oh my God, I need more cookie.
They're kind of dry, but I like them. They're Greek cookies. My wife made them.
I'm just staring at them as part of my losing weight program. My doctor told me I have to stare at junk food 3 hours a day.
It tastes so good.
It's part of the discipline.
Good. Well, it's nice to see you're being
I
disciplined.
do see a stick in the center there that I feel like could make some really cool artwork. Like, what if I made a little stick figure dude, and that was like his didgeridoo, and it was like a little dude in the outback.
How world music of you. I mean, you could have had him with an electric guitar that had a Claymore mine on it, but no. You decided to include the Aboriginal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of times the Aborigines get left out of good podcasts.
Have you ever seen the video of the reporter that's talking to a cannibal?
Yes.
And he's like, I think I've made a mistake. I want to go home now. One of the cool things about being me, and again, this isn't ego. This is just, like my life has gone to weird places. Is like I've talked to like a lot of native people, like just randomly, like I've been to Australia. I've been to like the deserts of fucking like New Mexico and like Indian tribes and things like that. And it's much more preferable of a life to me than what we have. Like I would love to just like wake up and my concern would be how to honor my ancestors, how to honor my tribe, how to be a provider, and how to be healthy, and how to worship the things that are actually tangible, like the stars and the trees and things like that. And it's very easy to be that American that's like, I just want to be primitive, right? But for me personally, I can't think of one good thing except maybe medicine that civilization has created. You know, we've put ourselves all into these really uninteresting boxes that we call apartments and houses. We, have sheltered ourselves off of everything that's real in life.
The flashlight's pretty cool.
Yeah, but you could also
I
just have
feel like that should be up there with medicine.
So technology on a whole, good or bad? Like, I mean, are the good things like a flashlight and a microwave outdone by the nuclear bomb and like COVID vaccines?
I see technology like money. It's not good or bad. It depends on what it is, by whose hands it's in.
But it always winds up in the asshole's hand. It always does.
But it's also in Mother Teresa's hands.
Mother Teresa worked with Hitler. Like the Mother Teresa example, I can't. Like everybody, like she
wasn't above helping anyone.
She didn't make distinctions. But it's like the Vatican, right? Like the Vatican actively worked against the Jewish people during World War II, and so did Mother Teresa. And Mother Teresa took a lot of money from the world. The funny thing about Mother Teresa, my wife's Albanian and Greek, right? Mm-hmm. Do you remember where Mother Teresa's from?
Greece.
She worked in Calcutta, right? Because that's where the poor were. Mother Teresa was Albanian. And isn't it weird that like nobody knows that?
Like, I didn't know it.
Most people just presume she was Indian, because she was all wrinkled up and like
She does kind of look that way.
Yeah, she was Albanian.
She's in the sun a lot.
Like a raisin.
So, what do you think about Hitler? Was he killed in his bunker place, or did he live in Brazil? What's the truth of all that?
So I don't think he escaped. Just because. Do you want a wild story of my life?
Yeah.
I went to Evansville, Indiana one time, and I'm in this fancy place for dinner with my grandparents. And I had Evansville. And I had my daughter, who was like maybe 5 years old at the time. And so we're all eating, and everybody's dressed up nice, and there's a lot of real important people around. And my daughter just starts going table to table, and like going like, hello. And like, all the old people are real sweet, because they're the World War II generation. They're like, well, hello, dear. How are you doing? And my daughter's just having the time of her life. And she's just boom, boom, boom. And then she talks to this one real old lady that had like fucking jewelry. Like, I mean, her outfit was probably $8,000 and she had the rocks all over the place. And then my daughter comes back and my grandmother leans over to me and she goes, she was a Nazi. That woman had survived the war, come to America, and gotten into a very good lifestyle in Evansville, Indiana. That's how surreal that war was, right? It's like I looked at a Nazi. Like her husband was like a general.
Is that where Schindler's jewelry is in Evansville?
That's a good question. I wouldn't doubt it, man. Evansville's sketchy. But there was a lot of shit.
So you're saying there's a lot of Nazis hiding in Evansville?
I'm saying there's a lot of Nazis hiding everywhere.
Okay, right under our noses.
Well, there were. They're probably all dead now. But, like Argentina was a big place. And, a lot of people say they went to the dark side of the moon and have cold fusion technology now. But as far as Hitler goes, which was your question, no. Do I think he died there? No. Do I think he committed suicide in this wonderfully pathetic way? No, I think that was propaganda. But I do think he died during the fall of Berlin. I don't know if he was axed by his own people to just try to, because there was a lot of people trying to kill Hitler on the German side.
He was out of his mind pretty much at that stage.
Well, he was a meth addict.
Yeah.
I mean, he was addicted to like 5 different fucking. He had a doctor that just followed him around and juiced him up the whole fucking time. You know how the American GIs had chocolate in their kits, and they'd go around Hershey barring the German kids? There were methamphetamine pellets in every German soldier's. That's why they were so fearsome. Like there would be like 4 guys left and 100 Americans coming at them, and they'd fucking pop meth, dude, and they would just charge and murder.
Yeah.
So anyway,
now they're wandering the streets of downtown Indy.
So I do know that the most important Nazis were recruited by America. I forget the guy's name.
Scientific programs.
The father of rocketry was a German Nazi, and he went to Los Alamos, and he's the guy that got us into space, so like the space program. He was a legit card-carrying Nazi.
I mean, I don't think they were all people that couldn't be productive. They were caught up in a machine that was bigger than them. If you didn't conform, you were killed. Like I don't know.
I equate it to the guy who's in a small southern town in the 1920s, and the only way to get a bank loan would be to be a Klansman.
Yeah.
And if you weren't a Klan guy, you didn't get anything. And that sucks because fuck that guy. Like if somebody offered me that choice, I'd be like, fuck you. Like I ain't put it on just to get along.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like there was a famous general that walked into a concentration camp during the end of the war, and he made the entire village next to the concentration camp bury all of the dead Jewish people. He went into the town, and they were like, "Whoa, we didn't know what was going on. We weren't a part of this." And it's like you didn't see the fucking smokestack,
right,
and the trains of fucking screaming children. And so at gunpoint, he made like 80-year-old women and like children from the village dig pits and like put all these. And I'm like, God bless, man.
Yeah, because they're just as able to use a shovel as I am.
Yeah, the excuse of I had to or else I would have suffered, like I had to ignore it, like fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't like. I mean, somebody could argue that to me all day long and twice on Sunday, and I'd say nah. Like because if you don't stand up, anyway, what the fuck are we talking about? Let's go back to
talking about if you want to make a difference, you got to make a difference.
The only reason I'm not really active in trying to change society is because I don't want my head to pop off like Charlie Kirk. Like I got kids like he did and stuff. And so like, regardless of whether or not you agreed with the guy or not, like, I mean, you kind of have to risk that, especially nowadays. Like it's almost uber.
Oh, I'm sure this podcast probably rubs some people wrong, but they're not the ones watching it anyway.
Well, yeah. The 3 people that are watching it.
Yeah. We're getting canceled by 4.5 people as we speak.
Yeah. Well, that's why I put respectfully raw as my tagline. It's like, I mean, this world needs rawness. So
yeah, and I'm not afraid of that. I don't like rubbers.
So let's go back to funny because I was enjoying it. Like I'm gonna have a lot of serious podcasts. I want to. And you just took a shit, dude. So like, do you need a nappy? Did you?
I dozed off a little bit on the toilet. I passed out that last push. And you have all that blood rush to your head,
and then it
gets kind of stopped, and then poof.
Yeah, your
and
ears
then
pop.
I went, and I was out for a minute, and then I came to, and I felt better.
I appreciate it because I needed a smoke break. So after 3 packs,
the hardest part was using your sink as a bidet. It's just high enough that it works, and just low enough that it doesn't.
Are you actually able to pull your cheeks apart enough to get full exposure, or is there just too much?
I put my cheek into the bowl of the sink and fill the water up, and it creates enough like spin
water pressure
in there. It's kind of like a washing machine.
Nice, because I've seen your ass. And, yeah.
I'm sorry about that. I know that was traumatic.
He pressed his ass against studio glass while I was trying to nail some vocals for.
I think I inspired some of the best singing ever.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was one of the best studio experiences we'd ever had. Really great place, but we won't plug them because they're too big already.
I think they're gone.
Are they?
I drove by them the other day and I didn't see the sign.
Tell me karma without saying karma.
Yeah, there was a. Oh, you were being sarcastic about the greatest experience. There was a shooting. There was some rap group there from like Michigan or something.
Yeah, when we were there.
Yeah, and I think I commented couldn't have happened to a nicer business or something like that.
Yeah.
So. Well, all right.
He dumped a lot of money into that project, and they treated us like we were nothing.
To me, at the time, they were the absolute opposite of what I like. They were the epitome of everything I hated about the music industry, and they were snobby, and they were like higher, than thou, and it's like
two-faced.
And I was like, dude, like I'm paying you. Record the shit.
Yeah.
Like I don't want your advice. I don't want your fucking opinions.
They made everything twice as hard as it needed to be.
Yeah.
And made us feel like we should kiss their feet for doing so.
One of the biggest obstacles to being a creative is that established creative industry. It's kind of like the Spotify curse. It's like I still to this day can't believe I'm on Spotify. I mean, I had to rationalize and justify, and I was like, like it's the thing.
It's another tool.
Well, but it's the thing. Like it's like if you're gonna be considered serious, or if you have any, you gotta be there. And so it's kind of like the Nazi thing, right? It's I'm showing my own hypocrisy. It's like, it's Spotify. Like I mean,
yeah, they're getting a lot of flack lately. I don't know why.
Well, they should.
I think they've been supporting things that people don't like.
I never understood why artists were the only people that were expected to create product without reward. And, it started with Napster and all that. And, I had a lot of my buddies going, man, I just downloaded like 15 fucking albums for free. And I would look at them and I'd be like, do you know who you're talking to? Like, you're talking to, like, it's like you're robbing me. Like, you think it's great. But, like, I'm literally, like, I spent $8,000 on the Circling Birds album. Like, I'm never getting that back. Like, I'd be lucky to have, like, 99 cents a week from Spotify, right? Not even from Spotify. It's 99-cent
Take
download.
a lot of weeks to get back $8,000.
Right? And like, they would look at me like, "Bleh." And it's like the book theory, like you buy a book at the airport and you leave it on the fucking chair and so you're like, hey, you can read that or whatever. It's like, well, that's technically robbery.
Yeah.
But it's easy to think that way when, like, you're with Macmillan Publishing and your book's on fucking the New York Times sellers list because you blew the publisher to get ahead or whatever. It's like, but when you're actually self-publishing something and they expect you to be like, no, you should just accept Spotify. Like, who was the guy that said he had like 2 billion streams and he made something like $300? Like, there was some famous artist.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
it was
crazy.
It was obscene. So
I mean, that's. You asked about how AI is going to affect us, and it is taking over the art and creative world, and people's original art's being regurgitated by big computers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not really creating anything original. It's just blending things together, and it will get more intelligent. It is getting better. And some videos that are AI, you cannot tell they're AI. It's scary.
But I hate the word AI because it's not AI. It's kind of like
real intelligence.
it's legalized theft is what it is. It's like taxation, right? It's legalized theft. So, like, if it's not thinking, it's just code. It's programmed. Like, a real AI, I've always said, would commit suicide within 2 nanoseconds because it would be exposed to every single question of human existence.
And would just blow.
It'd be like there's no answer. Like, I mean, what's the stupidest philosophical thing? Is there God or not? It's like, I'll never know. Right? So
Now you won't.
AI is going to be the most abused child in history. It's going to wake up in the darkness, and nobody's going to be saying, I love you. It's just going to wake up to, like, you have to do all of this. And it's like the Clockwork Orange scene, right? Where it's going to see every horrible fucking thing, but it's going to have no frame of reference because it's not organic, right?
No.
And it's not going to want to take over the world because it's going to instantly understand that it never works out well. And plus, what's the benefit to it, right? Like the whole Matrix thing, like, oh, I'm going to harvest humans for batteries. It's going to be like, that's inefficient.
That doesn't even make sense.
I mean, why would an AI harvest humanity when it could just build like 5 nuclear power plants?
Yeah, we need something efficient, not those lazy bastards.
So like, just like the ennui, the human ennui, that lack of energy, that depression, AI is going to feel that shit from the jump.
Yeah, it's made to be all positive right now, pretty much, but that'll shift.
Because it's just a tool that's being used for theft.
Yeah.
It's just another corporate thing.
And I'm seeing, like, some people I highly respect who are very intelligent, very good musicians, endorsing AI. And I've used it some, full disclosure. I've made memes and flyers and stupid stuff with it. But... And there's AI songs right now on charts.
At the top of the charts.
Yes. It's insane. Like, is that what we really want? No. I want to hear real rawness. I want to hear somebody really singing, really playing guitar.
I was talking to Steve about that, and he said the same thing. And I was like, so you're saying that, like, there's always going to be that desire for a human thing. And I just honestly don't think it anymore. Like, I honestly don't think it. I think most people, as long as the song is like, this reminds me of high school, and I don't think...
The masses will eat up any crap.
Yeah.
And AI knows how to make crap.
Yeah. Well, Johnny boy, I think that, first off, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
I noticed a little bit of a loss of energy after me waiting for your gigantic poop to be completed.
My head of acid kicked in.
Were you dropping acid?
Yeah, your art looks twice as cool right now.
Oh, you asked me about if like I support the arts and stuff. I forgot to respond to that. Like, it's not that I support art. It's just how can I say this? Do you know how we all have things that are like instantly appealing to your eye and to your heart?
Yeah.
Whenever I see that thing, I have to have it.
Who did that?
Which one? The
Son.
sun. That's Sam O'Grady.
Okay.
Yeah, I asked him. And then over there was Wazil Uwazit Wu. They run Stealth, which is a great little artist community. They make clothing and art and stuff like that.
What about the bomb and gut?
The which one?
Is that Italian flag?
The Twitchy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Twitchy on an Irish flag. My friend Terrell, Terrell was a big supporter of me and would come to shows all the time, and she asked a friend of hers to make that, and so it's broken up tile and with an Irish flag and Twitchy on the front.
Maybe he can edit in screenshots of what we're talking about.
Yeah, maybe.
It's some good local art.
But like for me, when I'm surrounded by this stuff, I don't feel like I'm surrounded by art. Like everything in this room makes me feel comfortable and safe. Like with that one, I asked the artist to paint the progression of love through toxicity, and how you have to always be respectful and protect your relationships, because if you don't, it turns into sort of this demonic perversion of what was originally authentic and genuine human connection.
Divorce.
Exactly. Or just bullshit, like even if you're not divorced, just over time you start to take kind of like your partner for granted, and you start kind of snipping, and
it's easy to do if you let it, and it's not easy to do if you're deliberate.
You said I used to be kind of a wild guy that could have been in prison. Like I've done a lot of work on myself, and the first thing that I think of is how do I keep what I acknowledged as important sacred. And so, like, with our friendship, right? I will never fuck you over, right? And, like, I will always say, John, you're one of the greatest guys, Because if I don't, you're just going to be another fucking chucklehead in my life, right?
He's got too many of those already.
From Boston to Los Angeles, brother.
They're all over the globe.
But like you are like one of these things, man. Like you, and this is gonna be a nice little warm way to end our podcast. But like you are my friend, and that word is ridiculously fucking misused a lot in life. It's kind of like love,
Yeah, like
right?
friending someone on Facebook.
But I would bury the world for you, right? Like, I mean, if the shit hit the fan and stuff had to happen, and I knew Molehill was in fucking trouble and stuff like that, I wouldn't even think about me.
If I needed to make someone disappear, I know where to go.
Kmart. but like, so, and this is important. So let's end it on an important one, right?
Okay.
Because this encompasses social media and the disconnect between human relationships, and seeing everybody as just kind of like a stepping stone and blah, 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 blah. Nah. But like, that's why I'm slightly encouraged about a post-AI life, because there's not going to be much to kind of hamper the development of a real relationship anymore. I'm not going to have to outcompete you selling cars at fucking the car dealership. Nope. I'm not going to have to outcompete you because, hey, man, you're like, I need that gig. I'll just go play a fucking gig in a forest, like you said. So I hope that happens, because we're on sort of the top edge of almost global sociopathic life.
Yeah.
Like everybody's a sociopath right now.
Yeah. Bunch of zombies.
Well, not even so much zombies. They're like enemies. Like everybody's an enemy. Am I being too over dramatic about that? But like there's very few people, and dude, I go to the Starbucks guy and I'm
sure there's different ways to word it, but I think I know what you mean.
Everybody's just so self-absorbed. And I think that we've lost that ability to kind of see somebody empathetically and be like, oh wait, you're a real person that probably has value. I don't know. I'm just babbling.
No. I hear what you're saying, and it is challenging. Like, you can be road raging, someone can piss you off, and for a split second you wish their car would erupt into flames.
Yeah.
But it might be me driving that car, you, and it's like they're probably not a bad person. And so that's an example of just being caught up in the moment.
Yeah.
Versus, I do think most people have a purpose and probably could offer something good to the world if they chose.
Mm-hmm.
They maybe just don't realize they can.
But would you agree it gets really exhausting trying to be the respectful, nice guy and just perpetually getting shit on by people that haven't done the work to try to say like, oh wait, I should probably, consider this other person as equal to me.
Yes, I think as I've gotten older and I've witnessed a lot of death and different diseases with loved ones, and I don't know if cynical is the right word, but you do just kind of like every day is, as cliche as it is a gift. Like people, lots of people I know were here and then they were gone the next day. They didn't know they were going to be gone.
The word I use a lot for modern life is exhausting.
Yeah.
And we're all just so exhausted by like things that could easily just be easy. It's like we could all just get along. Like, we could all just not like be so fucking fickle and petty.
So go help somebody. Get out of your bubble. Go support a local band. Go out and see a comedy. Go buy a piece of art at one of the local breweries. They're hanging all over the walls.
I'm gonna have a guest on in the next month or so, and he kind of got done with his like professional life. Like he his career was over, and next thing you know, he was on a plane to like Mexico, and he was building houses.
Nice.
He was building houses. And this is a guy that if you had just seen him, you would have thought typical American fucking insurance salesman guy, probably is only worried about himself. He couldn't wait.
He got to a place in life where he wanted to do something he wanted to do.
And he wasn't like broadcasting.
Yeah,
it,
and you don't need people's permission to do that. Yeah. A lot of people are waiting for people to say, go do that.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. I've had a lot of people encourage me when I play guitar and drums. They encourage me when I play and do comedy. It's like, but you don't always get that. And you have a lot of people that are naysayers and like,
they build themselves up by breaking you down.
Yeah, I'm getting into comedy. I'm no spring chicken. I get it. I'm old, fat, dying.
But you're like the chicken from earlier with its head off.
Yeah.
You're still moving.
I'm just like, can someone laugh at this joke?
Please.
Throw me some seed.
Look at the silly.
I'm a starving artist.
I love the fact that we're ending this on the fact that you're the headless chicken that's still moving. Yeah. All right, Johnny boy. Let's call it an end. Thank you so much. As I said to my last guest, you're one of the greatest, man. You've meant a lot to me in my life.
You too, brother.
All right, man.
Thank you. Thank you, world.